What is up, guys? It's your boy Game Atomic, and today I'm bringing you what I believe is my best build to date. No joke, this build is absolutely amazing. It will allow you, get this, to be tanky. You can go up to 1.5 mil armor while dealing insane damage. That's right. Tanky and dealing a lot of damage.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Okay, so quickly, we're gonna get through it, but before we do, I do wanna give a shout out to everybody that has watched my last video. It has been my most viewed video so far. And also, thank you for all the great comments. Really appreciate it. Thank you for all the likes that you guys dropped on the video. And if any of you watching this video right now, after you're done, I suggest going to go watch my other video, which is an LMG DPS build. Okay, and also, if you're not subscribed to the channel and you're watching my videos, please consider dropping a sub, because I am just starting with the Division 2 as a content creator, but I have a lot of great build ideas, a lot of great videos coming very soon, guys. So you don't want to miss out. Make sure you subscribe and ring the notification bell so that every time I bring one of these videos, you are notified. Okay, so let's get into the build. So we have, for our specialization, I'm running the sharpshooter, which I will explain why in a few minutes. For our weapon, we have the police M4 with 12% assault rifle damage, 13% health damage, and 9.5% crit hit chance with strain, which gives us 10% crit hit damage for every 0.5 seconds we are firing, stacks up to 5 times. Okay, and for our mods on the gun, what we want to run is crit chance pretty much everywhere we can. Okay, so on our sight, our laser, and our muzzle brake, we have crit chance. And for the extended mags, if you have the 20 round mag, use it. It will be your best option. For me, unfortunately, the RNG gods haven't not decided to bless me yet. I've almost have every single mod. I think I'm missing 6 mods in the game, and the 20 round mags is one of them. So I'm still working on that. Okay, when I have it, this build obviously will be better for me, but if you have the 20 round mags, you know, your build will be even better than mine. So for secondary, I'm rocking the Pestilence amazing LMG. You guys already know about the Pestilence, and then we're just running this Magnum as our backup. And
a few moments later.
Alright guys, so we are back after handling this whole Delta situation. Really annoying, but hey, what can you do? It's part of the game. So let's get back into our build. So first thing is that we have 3-piece of Badger Tough. Now what 3-piece of Badger Tough gives us is 10% shotgun damage, which is not really important for that build, although I guess you could, if you want, replace the Pestilence with a shotgun. I wouldn't really recommend it, since we are going to run this build mostly in heroics and legendary missions, and we don't want to be close to these enemies, but it's part of the set. So we have 10% shotgun damage. We also have an extra 5% total armor, which adds to our tankiness. And then we have 10% armor on kill. So we are getting armor as we are killing NPCs. And the reason we have 3-piece Badger Tough is because Badger Tough allows us to have armor as our core attribute on all the pieces while still being able to have crit hit chance and crit hit damage. So our core attribute with Badger Tough is blue, but then we get red attributes, which is what we want. This is where we're going to get the tankiness and some of the DPS. Now we do have other ways in this build to get extra DPS, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. But for this piece right here, I rolled 5.3 crit hit chance. It did come with max 12% crit hit damage, and I threw in a mod of 10.9 crit hit damage. Next piece, this is the name Badger Tough 0F, and it came with 152k armor. I rolled 12% crit hit damage, which is maxed. I also threw a mod of 11.4 crit hit damage, which is almost max. It did come with 4.5k armor regen. I wish it came with crit hit chance instead, but it's the best piece for the situation for what we have right now, so we'll have to do. But one of the reason why we're running this piece instead of another piece of Badger Tough is Perfect Unbreakable. When your armor is depleted, repairs 100% of your armor. So right now we have 1.4 million armor. We could have 1.5. This build is designed to have 1.5 million. The reason we don't is this piece, the mask, which as you can see is really low. But if you have a mask that has max armor, then you'll be at 1.5. And with Perfect Unbreakable, every time your armor breaks, at least every 55 seconds, which is the cooldown, you're able to get 100%. So that full 1.5 armor back, which is really good. It adds to our tankiness. Now, third piece is a Seska. We are running it mainly for the 10% crit hit chance. And then this one we're going to run weapon damage 15% max. We have 9.3% crit hit damage, which was more, but that's what we have. And now roll 6% crit hit chance on there. Next piece is a Fenris Backpack. Now this backpack is very important to the build. I think it's the second most important piece to the build. We're gonna get to the most important one, but this one is, I believe, the second most important one. Again, we're running with weapon damage 14%, 12% crit hit damage, which is max, 5.7 crit hit chance, and I threw a mod of 10.5% crit hit damage on there. And the reason why this backpack is the second most important part of the build is, first of all, we do get our 10% assault rifle damage, which we need. And second of all, we get the talent companion. While you are within 5 meters of an ally or skill, total weapon damage is increased by 15%, which you're going to see by the way we're going to run this build. That 15% is going to be active almost all the time. All right, so gloves, I'm also running a Badger Tough, and we have 143k armor. Again, if you could get a higher roll, armor would be great, but it didn't come with crit hit damage. I had to roll 12% crit hit damage, and it came with 5.4% crit hit chance. And lastly, what I consider to be the most important part of the build is the Sawyer's Kneepad exotic. And why is it so important, you may ask? Well, first of all, it gives us max armor, 170k armor, but we have that talent stand your ground. First of all, cannot be staggered by explosions, which is pretty good because we all know these NPCs with their UAV drones and their grenades, they are pretty annoying. Especially when you're trying to revive one of your teammates and they keep spamming these explosives. So at least now you won't be staggered by them. But the important part of these knee pads is increase total weapon damage by 3% each second you're not moving. Stacks up to 10 and are lost when moving. Now, 3% weapon damage when you're not moving, it stacks up to 10, so that's 30% extra damage that you're dealing with these knee pads. And we're going to add that on top of companion, which is 15%, so you're dealing 45% extra weapon damage. And in case you guys didn't know, with these knee pads, if you are in cover, even if you aim while being in cover, aim and shoot, it doesn't count as you moving. It still counts as you not moving. So you can stay within cover, aim and shoot, and you're still getting that 30% extra damage. Now, how are we going to proc companion? Well, that's the reason why we are running the survival specialization, because we are running the Mender Seeker Mind, which is the Seeker Mind for that specialization that allows us to heal ourselves. So it's a mind that follows you around and will heal you. The good thing about this is, since we are going to be in cover most of the time, so the mine is going to be within 5 meters of us almost all the time, and that will proc our companion, which is our extra 15% weapon damage. And so not only we're healing ourselves with that Seeker Mind, but as we're healing ourselves, adding armor to ourselves, we are also getting more damage, which is great. And when that mine expires, what we do is that we drop our Restorer Hive, which again, same principle, is going to stay next to us, healing our armor. And while it's healing our armor, so it adds to our tankiness, right? It's going to again proc companion for that 15%. So I don't recommend using both of those at the same time. What I suggest is alternating between them so that you can keep companion active. Okay. And the cooldown on the Mender Mine is only 25 seconds. So by the time this expires over here, you most likely have your mine back. So you'll be able to keep companion up at all times. And like I said, if you stay within cover while aiming and shooting, you're getting that 30%. So we have 45% extra weapon damage. On top of that, don't forget that we rolled crit chance and crit damage everywhere, so we're getting extra damage from that as well. So this is where our damage is coming from, on top of our tankiness. So if we look at our weapon damage, hold on one second. Okay, so if we look at our weapon damage, we have 71.9k weapon damage, but do keep in mind that this is just the regular weapon damage. It doesn't take into consideration our companion, nor does it take into consideration the Sawyer's Kneepad buff. So if you get max buff on the Sawyers and you have companion active, you get an extra 45% on top of that 71k weapon damage, which is almost half of that. So you're getting almost an extra 35k weapon damage. Okay, and if you were to, let's say, run a full DPS build with all weapon damage everywhere, that's where you'll be around 100k weapon damage. So basically the armor that we added with the Badger Tough, we're getting the DPS back with our backpack and our Kneepad. And don't forget, we also have 56.9 crit hit chance, which is almost max, and we have 115% crit hit damage, which I mean, for not running any Grupo or any Fenris, not Fenris, what's the name? Can't be taking right now. Any Provenance pieces, it's pretty high, all things considered. So you guys go ahead, give this build a chance. I promise you, you'll be surprised. Not only you're going to be able to be tanky, you're going to survive much longer than you've been able to if you've been running those just DPS build, but you're going to be doing basically the same amount of damage as someone who's running a full DPS build. Okay, so it is the best of both worlds. This is going to be my build of choice for the moment for running those heroics and those legendaries until I come up with something better. But this one is going to be tough to beat because it's really the best of both worlds right now. So you guys give it a try. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And again, if you're not subscribed already, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos. Ring the notification bell, and I will see you on the next one.